and welcome to Play PKN, the weekly video bulletin of the top news stories on PKN Packaging News, Australia's media hub for the packaging industry. I'm the publisher Lindy Hewson, and this week's bulletin is brought to you by KM Packaging, specialist in high-performance lidding films. Well, we've kicked off PlasticFree July with news of the government's ban on mixed plastics waste exports coming into effect yesterday, with industry leaders confirming support for a staged series of export bans that will see the transformation of Australia's recycling industry. Now, this stage of the ban will end the export of 75,000 tonnes of baled mixed plastic each year, with further bans to come into play down the track. It's estimated that the transformation of Australia's recycling industry will contribute to the creation of 10,000 jobs over the next 10 years. Major organisations that have come out in support of the ban include Cleanaway, the Pact Group, and the Waste Management and Resource Recovery Association of Australia. Now, according to the Minister for the Environment, Susan Ley, recent surveys identify that there is already annual spare capacity of just over 160,000 tonnes at 52 of Australia's operational plastics processing facilities to meet demand for recycling, and that capacity is growing. At the same time, 26 plastics projects are already being co-funded by the government's $600 million Recycling Modernisation Fund, bringing an additional processing capacity of 164,000 tonnes a year online, with more announcements to come. Major supermarket retailer Kohls Group has released its full sustainability strategy, announcing the complete removal of single-use plastics from its shelves. So what does this mean for its packaging? Well, Kohls says it will be closing the loop by using recycled content in its product packaging in a bid to create an end market for recycled materials, particularly plastic packaging. Now, Kohls has committed to a circular economy and optimizing resources by supporting and creating these end markets to use recovered materials, including those collected through initiatives such as RedCycle. The group will also drive the delivery of the 2025 national packaging targets, ensuring that all Kohls brands packaging will be 100% recyclable, reusable or compostable, will have an average of 50% recycled content, will carry the Australasian recycling label, and that it will phase out problematic and unnecessary single-use plastics packaging, all of this by 2025 or earlier. Now next, in what is good news for Victorians, the state is now one step closer to a comprehensive 4-bin recycling system with $127 million available to support councils to buy new bins, improve drop-off facilities, deliver education campaigns, and ensure they have the infrastructure in place to roll out these reforms. The state government funding will support Victorian councils to transition to the new statewide household waste and recycling system, including delivering a new purple bin to households for separate glass recycling. In particular, this funding will also make sure the country's regional communities are ready for these reforms, with improved drop-off facilities at resource recovery centres to collect food organics, garden organics and glass. Now over to New Zealand, where the country's largest packaging industry group, the Packaging Forum, has welcomed with caution the government's move to phase out difficult to recycle and certain single-use plastics. Packaging Forum CEO Rob Langford says the forum and its soft plastic recycling scheme had largely supported the proposal during the consultation period and was pleased to see the government take the next step. However, the forum has cautioned against the phase out causing unintended consequences and urges care to be taken when choosing alternative materials. Now, as we Sydney-siders continue to feel the pain of living in lockdown, the organisers of industry trade show Food Pro have announced the inevitable. The show, slated for July in Sydney, has been postponed to October. But in good news, Pact Print 2021 and adjacent shows Visual Impact and the Label and Packaging Expo are set to go ahead as planned in September, and that will be taking place in Melbourne. Despite the recent COVID outbreaks around the country, the organisers are confident they can pull off a show that is COVID safe. Perhaps we'll have a vaccine passport for events introduced by then, who knows? But what I do know is that if you are eligible for the jab, now is the time to step up and do your bit. Well, that's it. That's all from me for this week, folks. For more on these and other stories, head to our website, packagingnews.com.au. Thanks to KM Packaging once again. Lindy Hewson signing off.